Italiano word of the day for today, 27 December 2024, is Incredulità. Incredulità, which translates to English as disbelief. And so I thought this is a good one for the past few years. There've been, like, in the press, the press has really kind of highlighted, there's a bunch of records. So I was like, how do I explain disbelief? And I've covered the Babylon's Ark, the Baghdad Zoo book, had disbelief in a few different senses in there, or like had disbelief but kind of like hinted at there's like more than one disbelief. So it's like, okay. So there's been a bunch of records covered by the press in a bunch of different like areas of life or existence. So it's like, okay, disbelief as in a person saying so many records were set this year, then they repeat that 5 or more times in the same week. So for me, disbelief kind of broadly is that thing where it's like something happens and it's like, so many records were set this year, but then it repeats kind of. It's I almost call it a state of like me seeing something has happened, but then there's like it takes like repeated realizations to like kind of transform it from disbelief to like belief, or not belief, but more of like it for me it's like disbelief to acceptance, if that makes sense. So, and not everything goes through that process, but there are things in life where I'll like talk about something. I'll be like, I'm trying to get to a conclusion. And then sometimes it's like, I'm saying this over and over again. I'm like, why am I saying it? I'm saying it over and over again because it happened. Right? And that's like the grand takeaway is like that transition from like disbelief to just like, yeah, that's right. Those temperatures were really low. Those temperatures were really high. So-and-so swam a bunch of records, you know, like stuff like that. So and sometimes then it can kind of snowball where it's like, you know, there's like one area where there's a bunch of records, but then there's more areas. So it's like, wow, it's a lot of records. You know, and it's a lot of records. And it's like, just that there's a click in there to kind of shut off a disbelief state, in my experience. So for their so incredulità in Italiano, there was one that has to do so there's that kind of basic one, but then there's also it's the same thing, but it like perhaps at like a longer time scale. So that's like a short time scale, the past few years. So I'm going to go back when I was approximately 14 years of age in high school, 14 or 15 years of age. I think it was 14, but 14 or 15. I sat next to my friend in class. One day she said to me, I have something to tell you. There's a rumor going around that I'm bisexual. I want you to know it's not true. The moment changed my life forever. I was non-sexual, so I wasn't using the term asexual, but non-sexual, yes. What if someone called me sexual? What if someone touched me? I decided if anyone touched me, I would say, don't touch me. I rehearsed it in my mind and said it out loud. I decided if anyone ever tried to / did rape me, I would fight back. As part of that rehearsing to myself, I would sing Hound Dog by Elvis Presley to try and get the sound right so people might take me seriously if I ever had to say it. So yes, there was a vocal transformation that came with that particular spook lie about my friend. And like it spooked me a bit. Okay. I have said don't touch me multiple times in my life. I have fought back when sexually assaulted, non-rape, molestation, and rape. And then part of that, I wanted to run. I wanted to hide. I put it in my running, hiding from any potential falling tree branches. I continue to run and hide in that way. And where is this all going? This is over 18 what year was that? Is it over 18? It's over 16.00 years later. Yes. So, yeah. So I was 14 or 15. So it's not over 18. This one's over 16.00 years later from this particular, over 16, less than 17. So over 16.00 years later. I continue to be in a state of disbelief as to the moments that alter the course of my life for forever. It wasn't something that a rumor or a lie. I've kind of defined, I really don't like rumors and lies with intent to harm. And it was a really weird one because it was very like sexual orientation centering of like, I do have the right thing because somebody doing what they did to her, I know is very wrong for me. And could end very badly for me in like harm of me if people got the wrong thing. So I changed my actions, and I did on Christmas Eve. I wrote a little a page in the life of with Elvis Presley. So a page in the life of Elvis Presley, and it's about kind of where his story or him or something he's done has come into my life and impacted me. And this is one of those. I chose to sing Hound Dog because his voice was lower in pitch than mine, so I tried to develop a vocal like serious tone so that I could deliver that. And it took years because I was a lifeguard, so I actually started using that in work. And then when I worked in student housing and had to enforce rules and stuff, I actually used that voice. In addition to the defending myself, I actually used it at work, which is like kind of my voice, my only vocal coaching there is like kind of a self-defense one, but that applied to like lifeguarding and being a resident assistant in student housing and being a teacher and like, you know, so it's been a disbelief, incredulità, this kind of process of like, that one really had an impact like on me, but it's something that someone had told me before, like the actual, like it happened to my friend, and like I was like, that's really bad. Like, it's how to say it, it transformed from that, like I could read about something, but then like having it like, whoa, right? It's a right, and a lie like that, you know, it's spread to kind of, all right, I'm a woman and she was a woman, so somebody saying she's bisexual, then it's about the lie was spread to hurt her and her friends, right? So in that sense, I was a target of the lie, right? To kind of, the person was doing it to isolate my friend. So there was I was not the person that the lie was about. However, it did require correction, right? From me to be like, okay. So there's the disbelief of having to work through something like that as well. Right. So something that's right, that was really bad. And that was like, you know, I was like 14, 15 years old, and a woman was out there doing it to my friend, and I was just kind of, that's no good. So in English is disbelief, in Italiano is incredulità.